Om Devi Siddhidatre Namah. Om Devi Siddhidatre Namah. Today is Navami, the 9th and final day of Navaratri. These sacred 9 nights and 9 days that we've been celebrating the Mother Goddess. And on this day we worship the 9th and final form of the Mother Goddess, Siddhidatri. Now, Siddhidatri is the bestower of the Siddhis. Siddhis mean the powers, the miraculous powers, miraculous abilities. And Datri is the one who gives. So Siddhidatri is the giver, the bestower of all of these powers. She sits beautifully on this blossoming lotus flower. And she rides the lion, showing, of course, that great purity and that great power together. It's said that in the very beginning of time, when there was nothing, before the creation happened, when there was just darkness, infinite darkness, that suddenly in that infinite darkness, there was a ray of light. And that ray became this infinite light. There was no form to it. It was just this infinite light that went into every part of the unformed universe. But slowly that unformed infinite ocean of light started to take form. And that form suddenly was the form of the goddess Mahashakti, the supreme goddess. And it's said that she then created the trinity of the divine, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva. And after creating them, and after the intense sadhana that they did, she was very, very happy. And in that happy state, in that very pleased state, the Supreme Goddess appeared before them, before Brahma and Vishnu and Shiva, in the form of Devi Siddhidatri. And in that form of Siddhidatri, she assured them that in performing their functions of creation, of sustenance, of dissolution, right? Because Lord Brahma is the creator. Lord Vishnu is the sustainer. And Lord Shiva is the power of dissolution. It's not destruction in a negative way, but it's a dissolving of that, which is old, which is holding us back, such that in a cycle, the power of creation can begin. So she assured them that in undergoing and undertaking their work, their beautiful divine work of creation, sustenance, and dissolution, that she would be the one who would give them their powers to do it. And it's said, in fact, that she's the one who gives the power to all of the divine form. In fact, half of Lord Shiva's body, it's said, is goddess Siddhidatri. And that's why one of the names for Lord Shiva is Ardhanarishwar, because half of his body is that form of the Mother Goddess, that form of Siddhidatri. So it's said that she has 8 miraculous abilities that she bestows upon those who worship her. The first is anima. Anima means to be able to make yourself very, very, very small, down to the size of an atom. There's many examples of this. You'll remember that Lord Hanumanji did this in the Ramayana. Then there's Mahima. And Mahima means to be able to make yourself enormous. We saw Hanumanji do this. We saw Lord Vishnu in the form of Vaman do this. To make yourself absolutely enormous. Then there's Garima, which means to make yourself very, very, very heavy, like immovable, unable to be picked up or moved or anything. Garima, very, very heavy. Lagima, very light, super light. Then there's the power of prapti, which is this ability to attain, prapt karma, anything you desire. Sort of an ability of like a wish-fulfilling tree. Just whatever it is that you desire, to be able to have that. That's prapti. Then there's the power of prakambya, and that's the ability to do anything you desire. So prapti is the ability to have anything you desire, and prakambya is the power to do anything you desire. Whether it's flying, whether it's walking on water, whatever it is that you want to do, or rather need to do. Because of course, remember, these siddhis are not being given frivolously. It's not like a Christmas list or a Diwali list of, for Diwali I would like prapti, or for Diwali I would like prakambya. It's powers that are given to the divine beings to do the divine work. So these are these powers. Then there's Ishatva. And that's the power to have power over all of the forces of creation. So all of these elements of creation, to actually be able to have power over the natural elements. And then there's Vashishtva, and that's control over all of the natural forces, not only the powers of creation, but all of the natural forces, including life and including death. So these are the powers that she has. They're the powers that she gives to the divine ones. And of course, powers that if we worship her, if we become very, very pure, truly divine in not just the core sense of who we are, but in our actual awareness, in our consciousness, in the way that we are moving through the world. Should we need any of these in order to have the divine flow through us, to be able to do our divine duty on earth? She is the bestower of this. And whenever we worship her, whatever we need, because of course she doesn't only bestow these 8 siddhis. She's the giver of whatever we need. So the miracles in life that happen in prayers to her, out of love and devotion to her. And the 9th form of ego that we need to become free of in order to have this presence of the divine in our lives is pride. Pride keeps us separate. Pride is that which says, I did it. I'm the one. I'm the best. It's all about me. Everything was a mess in shambles till I arrived. I'm the one. I'm the one who makes things happen. I'm the one who does everything. I am the greatest. I am the smartest. I am the one who knows. Keeps us separate. Separate, of course, from the truth, because that is not true. Separate then, of course, from our true self, which, while being one with God, is not the separate, prideful being, but the one who is aware that it's all just God's blessings. It keeps us separate from others because pride is a wall between us and others. And it keeps us very walled in on this side of the wall. So today, on this final day of Navaratri, ask yourself, how is pride manifesting in your life? What are the ways that pride is keeping you boxed in, keeping you separate from the truth? You know, all of the great enlightened beings are the humblest, the purest, the simplest beings. They are the ones who are just, whatever happens, it's all God's blessings. I remember when I first met Pujya Swamiji and I would say, "You are amazing." And he would say, "It's all God's grace." And I would say, "I can't believe that you can do this and do that." And he would say, "It's all God's grace." And of course, in the beginning, it was very difficult to hear that as a non-religious 25-year-old scientist. I thought, but it's you. And why are you not accepting this? But over the years, I've realized it's not false humility. It's actually real truth. A very deep awareness of these enlightened masters, that they're here as embodiments of, vehicles of the divine. And so pride is that which keeps us living in illusion, living in darkness, living in ignorance, living in separateness. So as we conclude our special Navaratri time together, we pray to Ma Siddhidatri to give us, more important than anything, the power of knowing the truth, of knowing that presence of the divine in us, that power of being a vehicle, an instrument, a channel of the divine flow, of God's presence here on earth. That power of truth and divine connection is the greatest power. And we chant Om Devi Siddhidatre Namah. Om Devi Siddhidatre Namah. Om Devi Siddhidatre Namah.